Hello everyone, welcome to the ultimate guide to MySQL constraint. So here basically we will talk about the different types of SQL constraint. So here basically we will talk that you need to basically know about the crucial aspect of database management. MySQL constraints are rules that are enforced on data columns in a table. They ensure the accuracy and the reliability of data that is basically stored in a database by imposing the restriction on the values that can be entered into a column. So there are several types of basically constant available in MySQL. So that I will show you in the next slide, and also I will explain, means once I will defining all the things, then I will also explain like how we are going to add this constant into the tables, and in a new tables, or maybe if any existing tables over there, then how we are going to add those things in a existing table also. So what are the different types of constant available? So if we talked about the different types of constants, so these are the 6 types of constant actually basically exist. Like one is this not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check, and the default. So if we talked about the not null constant, that ensures that column cannot contain say null values, while the unique constants ensure that all the values in a columns are unique. The next one, like primary key, the primary key constants uniquely identifies each records in a table, whereas the foreign key constants establish the relationship between a two tables. Like maybe if there is a two tables like employee and the address, so this particular constants basically defining the relationship between these two tables. And the check constants, it basically allow us to specify a certain things, certain condition that must be met for the data to be entered into the column. Okay, and default, like if we want to specify that particular that if we are not inserting the data into the particular field or column, then the default value will be inserted. So these are the 6 like definitions, or you can say just kind of explanation of this one, that what are the different types of constraint and what is the meaning for it is. So constants basically play a vital role actually in maintaining accuracy and the consistency of the data in the MySQL. So these are basically help us to prevent errors and ensure that our database remains reliable. Next, I will show you like how we can specify those constant also in the like type of in the time of while we are creating any table statement, or also we can also specify the constants after creating a table, and after that we can using the alter table statement also we can like put the constant or add the constant into the existing table. So without further ado, let's get started with this one. Hello everyone, so here basically for demonstrating the different types of constraint, first of all, actually as a database I am going to use this MySQL database, and as editor I am going to use the SQL Yoke. So you guys can use any editor, just prerequisite is to use this one. You guys have to install the MySQL into your system, and then using the any editor you guys can connect those MySQL into your system. Okay, so this is just kind of prerequisite. So once you have done all the things with this one, then you guys can just try to follow this tutorial, and from the beginning to end, and you guys can will get more ideas about how we are going to create the tables that already I have covered in my last tutorial, that how we're going to create different tables, and with different types of other things, like how we're going to add any columns or add alter those tables, those things. Now actually I'm going to cover like how we are going to create the constants or add the constants into the existing table, or maybe if we are creating any table, then how we are going to add the constants. So without like any delay, I am just demonstrating like over here, or I am going to practical, I'm going to giving all the things in practical way, like how we can add those things or how we are going to achieve those things. Okay, so like for example, this ID basically it will be whenever we are going to create any table, so there will be a unique ID or say primary key. Based on this ID basically we can easily identify the each row uniquely. So for that we need to define the primary key. So how we are going to defining the primary key? As you know, the means in my last tutorial I've defined that primary key there are 6 type of constraints, so primary key is one of them. So for defining the constraint, basically one option is to either we can directly define this primary key over here, or else in the last actually here we can define the constraint then constraint name. So what would be the constraint name? The recommendation or the like convention, pk id, and then like maybe emp and then id. Okay, so constraint name, then after that like constraint primary key, and then the we need to define the field. Okay, in this way basically we can define the like constraint. Then we need to remove this primary key from over here. Now if we click, or maybe if we create this table, actually if we execute this uh, one, then we can get okay, there's something here. Okay, what it is saying? Okay, just trying to put some brackets over here. Let's see. Okay, now we are getting the success. Okay, so this is the syntax basically, like constraint then constraint name. Using this name we can identify from this table like this is the constraint name, and then the what type of constraint actually it is, like it's a primary key or it's a unique or it's a not null, it's a default, what kind of constraint actually. So that actually are going to define over here, and then which field basically we are going to defining this constraint. Now if we open this table structure over here and open this table like alter, then we can see the primary key is defined over here and it will be not null. Okay, here also you can see the one index actually default it will be added, because primary, if we are defining any fields as a primary key, then it will do the search faster based on this id. So that's why the index one is required, so that is added default. So currently we don't have any foreign keys, so this is the things that is already added over here. From here also we can defining all the things over here, right? If we want to defining any foreign keys, that also we can define over here. Regarding the uh, like name of this like constraint name, that also you can get over here. You can see it's the things index name. We can also get the index name, but I'm not getting the detail, but it will actually give us all the details over here. Okay, so next actually I will show you like if suppose already there is one tables, how you're going to add the like foreign key constraint into this existing table. Okay, so this already actually created, right, got created this table, and also let's say we are having these student tables, and this table basically having this id fields, and if we want to use this id as foreign key over here, so before actually adding the foreign key for this particular field, we need to add this particular id field into this employee table, then only we can able to add means add the constant over here, right? So for that we need to first of all add this one, adding this particular column over here. So for that we need to add this one. So how are we going to add this new fields over here? Let me add this one, like alter, then let's say alter table name. Okay, then after that we need to add the like constant over here. Okay, add, let's say student id, and the like type of this one we need to define the same, else we are not able to create the means define as a foreign key. For defining the foreign key any other tables columns, the same data type should be matched. So that's why we need to define the same data type. So as you can see over here, it will be a medium and the size will be 8. So the similar kind of thing we need to define over here. Now if we first of all add this student id, it is added now successfully. Next basically we need to defining the add the constraint actually for this foreign key. Okay, so how we are going to doing this one, like the syntax is alter table name, then here will be add constraint. This is will be the constraint name, that foreign key student id, and the foreign key will be std underscore id, and referencing the students table, and what is the column, that is the id. Okay, so in this way basically we can add the constraint into the existing table. Now it is success. Now if we open this employee tables, if we refresh this one, then if you can see, okay, I need to reopen this one. Maybe I need to refresh, then alter table. So if you can see where this id is added over here. Okay, now if we go to this one foreign key, so you can see the constraint name over here, then references column over here, so reference tables, reference column, all those things over here. We can also from here we can drop this one also, means let's say like if we want to drop this foreign key, yes, so from here also you can get this SQL, like alter table name, drop foreign key and the constraint name. Using this also we can drop the constraint over from this section also, right? If we want to delete this particular field, that also you can do from over here. If yes, then in a review we can see it will first drop this column, then index, then foreign key. Okay, so this in this way also you can easily drop the all the things from this any tables. Okay, now let's say if we want to add any other constants, like maybe not null. Okay, so for that how we are going to doing this, like here basically we are defining this not null, so that we are not able to insert any nullable records for this particular fields. Now if we talked about any others actually constant, like default. Okay, so how this default is basically work, so for default basically we just defining the what will be the default value for this if we are not providing anything. So let's say for this one maybe last name. Okay, so if default is, let's say, test. Okay, or maybe if we can create another field over here, let's say maybe age, then let's say the what you can say over here it will be a int, then we can define default value. Default is, let's say, okay, default is, let's say, 20. So it will default basically if we are not providing any values for these fields, it will default actually insert this 20 records over there. Okay, so we have covered this primary key, foreign keys, not null, default, and the next one is check. So for check also we can put some conditions over here, right? So how we are going to put those things, like over here, let's say here we can define the check, and this value, let's say age, should be greater than, let's say, 10. Okay, that also you can do over here using the check constant, that also you can like defining over here. Okay, now let's say, so if we, let's say, first of all want to drop this table, now if I create this one, so it will actually again it will add those constants. So on success, so again it's got created with this check kind of thing. Okay, like age should be greater than 10, default will be 20. So this kind of things we have added over here. The remaining constant is like we have covered this not null, check, default, and primary key and the foreign key, right? So the anything is remaining, I think I have covered all the points except the one, that is unique. So unique means, let's say we are having any mobile number, or maybe any mobile number, or anything like maybe email ID. So for that, if we want to like defining as a unique, because for this particular row, let's say particular row, let's say it will be unique. So in this scenario we can defining this particular field as unique, because we are not able to provide the duplicate for multiple rows. Okay, so this is the concept of this unique. Okay, if we set this as a unique, then obviously this value of this mobile field should be unique for each row. Like we are not able to provide the duplicate values. So once we are trying to put the duplicate values, then it will give us the exception for this one. So in this way, basically we can defining all the constant in a table. Maybe we can provide these constants while we are creating that particular table, or over there also we can provide, or if the table is got created already, then also like we can provide using the altered statement, alter table name, using that also we can include those things. Okay, this is the overall things that how we are going to working with this constraint and what is the benefit of it. So if you guys have anything, please do let me know in the comment sections. Thanks for your time. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.